Welcome to Gamer Ability. I'm your host Sixpenny, and in today's video I'm going to provide a gameplay tutorial for PGA Tour 2K21. In today's tutorial, I'm going to teach virtual golfers how to account for elevation changes and how the rough and different lie percentages affect the distance of a shot. If you have not watched my other tutorials, make sure you check those out. I've done 2 putting tutorials, a 4-round tutorials, and I've taught players how to find the best courses in the game. Now, some future tutorials I have coming, I'm going to make a tutorial on how to understand the wind. So with calculations and what numbers you need to use for headwinds, tailwinds, and also where to aim in response to the wind. I will also have other videos coming out on chipping, bunker shots, more putting tutorials, and more 4-round tutorials with all the numbers I've calculated. I hope you find these tutorials helpful. If you want a specific tutorial, let me know in the comment section below. If you have not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel. That way you can stay up to date with all my new videos. Stay tuned and enjoy. So let's go ahead and jump in to the round here. So this is a course that I created in the very first golf club game, and now I just use it to practice and train, and it allows me to turn off the wind and adjust the wind to different levels for demonstration purposes. So today I'm going to take a look at elevation changes and lie percentages to help you understand how these two categories are going to affect the distance of your shots. The next tutorial and tutorial series is going to be focused on the wind. So I created a practice facility, another one that I'll use for the wind videos, and in that facility I have taken thousands of practice shots in different wind conditions and calculated a lot of different numbers and averages to figure out how the wind affects each club and does it change with faster wind speeds. So I'm going to be providing some of that data in my wind tutorials. That will be coming here in the future. I still am working on those calculations to make sure I have all the data correct, but that will be coming soon. But for this video, I'm turning wind off. Let's look at these 2 other elements. So as we look at elevation changes, when you look at your aim marker, besides the yards, right beside it, you're going to see whether it's uphill or downhill. So in this case, it's uphill 3 feet. Now, as a general rule, for every 3 feet uphill, 1 yard is going to be taken off from the shot. And for every 3 feet downhill, 1 yard is going to be added to the shot. In this case, this ball is supposed to land 291. But we're going to take the 3 feet, so 3 divided by 3 is 1. So it's going to really land around 290. That's if I hit 100% power. So let's test that out. There we go. So right at 290. Let's go ahead and move into this next shot. Let's look at the 8-iron. So if I land the 8-iron full swing, it's going to go about 142. Now in this case, if you look at where my cursor is, it's saying it's uphill 13 feet. But make sure you look at all the other places, especially where the ball is going to land. So some of the green is playing 13 feet uphill, but a lot of the green, especially where a ball is going to be flying over, is going to be 14 feet. So we're going to play 14 in our calculations. But first thing I want you to do is look at the lie percentage. So whether you're in the fairway, the rough, heavy rough, bunker, pine straw, wherever you're at, you're going to have a lie percentage showing on the top right of the screen. It always gives a range. It does not give a specific number. Even the fairway, you will lose some distance in the fairway. Now, I've hit hundreds and hundreds of shots in different lie percentages trying to find a pattern. And what I've found is really it's pretty random. I have been able to manipulate it to get it to the lower part every time, or not every time, but most times. So when you shank a shot, you're more likely to play at the lower percentile of the lie. But I have found I've shanked shots out of the swing plane that have still flown 100%. I've hit many straight shots, even 10 in a row one time, that all landed at the lower percent level. So what I do as a general rule, I always find the number in between, and that's the number I use in my calculations. Here's an easy one. So we have 98 and 100. The middle spot is 99%. So first thing I'm going to do is take how far the 8-iron is supposed to carry, so 142 times 0.99 for 99%. With just hitting from the fairway, the club's only going to carry about 140.5. So 140, 141, around that area. But the next step is to see how the elevation is going to affect it. So we need to take, so remember what we said, most of the green is uphill 14, especially where the ball is flying over. So we'll take 14 divided by 3 gives us around 5. So we're going to take 5 off of that 140. So really, the ball is going to land around 135. Now, it could be a little bit lower if we get the 98% lie. So it could be even as low as 133. But let's go ahead and hit it full swing and see how it affects. $135. So we were right on. So go through the steps each time. Look at your lie percentage, account for elevation changes, and then the third step, which will be in the next tutorial videos, will be playing the wind. So one of the luxuries of being in the course designer, creating your own course, you can hit the rewind button and do the shot again. So I want to go in and do the shot and show you how I would actually approach this shot if I was playing it real. So the first thing I want to know is, or really pick, is where I want to land the ball. So this green is sloped downhill most of the way. So I know I'm going to get about a 6 to 8 yard row even with an 8-iron. And the green is sloping from right to left. So I need to aim a few grid lines to the right. I want to land it about right when the hole becomes downhill, or the green becomes downhill. So around 126 in this case. So the first thing I'm going to look at is the lie percentage in the top right. You see how it's different now. So it's 97% to 100. So what's the middle spot? That's going to be 98.5. So the first thing I'm going to do, that means that if I hit it 126, what do I need to carry? How far do I need to land? What percentage do I need to land the ball in order to land it there based on the lie difference percentile and the elevation changes? So let's get our calculators out, and let's take 0.985 times 126. So instead of carrying 126, if I hit it exactly here, it would carry 124. So I need to add 2 yards to this. It's 128 in order to land at 126. The next step is elevation changes. So we need to take 14 divided by 3, which we already know what it is. It's 5. So 5 more yards are going to be taken off from this shot. So if I hit it here, it's going to land 123. We don't want that. So we need to add 5 more yards. So we need to hit it 133 here. That's if the lie percentage is a 98.5. It could land 124, 125, 26, or it could land 100%, which would be right around 128, somewhere around then. So let's go. If we hit this 90%, we want to land at 126. Let's see how we did. Perfect. Wanted to hit at 126. We landed 126. Our math was correct. We got a little more roll than I expected down the hill, but that's okay. So let's go ahead and move on to another hole. So one thing that's cool about the course designer is that I can move around from hole to hole. So one hole that I like to do is 13 here. So this is an extreme example. So on this hole, this tee shot is downhill 133 feet. So that's at the spot of the ball. But if you look, the fairway where it's probably going to land past those bunkers is going to be a little higher than this. So it's really probably going to be about 128 or something downhill there. So what I'm going to do is take 128 divided by 3. That's about 42.6. So really 43. So that means if I hit 291, I need to add 43 yards to that. This ball is going to land around 334. We don't know exactly the uphill or downhill of that spot, so it could be different. But between 332, 338, somewhere around there. So one thing that you can do here, hit B, get out the caddy book, and we can look. So if we hit 133, we're going to get close to that bunker on the right, so we need to aim to the left. So let's hit the ball and see where it lands. .330, around 330, 331. And we hit the fairway. So now let's move on to another hole here, another type of shot. So hole number 9 on my course has another downhill drive here. So it's less than the last one. So this shot is playing 291, but downhill around 49 feet. So we need to take 49 divided by 3, gives us 16.3, so basically 16. So it's going to be 291 plus 16. So it's going to land about 307 if we hit it right. So let's check. .307. Okay, perfect. So now I'm going to show you how to hit from different lies. So you understand how to play the elevation changes. You understand how to play from the fairway. You need to do that on every single shot. So take the number of feet uphill or down here, divide it by 3, and if it's uphill, subtract that number from your shot distance. If it's downhill, add that number to your shot distance. So let's head to this hole here. one thing you can do is actually pick your spot. So I'm going to pick, we want to play, let's play from the sand here. So we're here in the fairway bunker here. Look at the lie first. So the lie at the top right of the screen is between 79% and 87%. So what we need to do is find the middle number. So 87, well, easy way to do it, 87 minus 79 gives you 8. Half of that is 4. So it's going to be 83. So 83% is what we're going to say this is going to, that's what the shot's going to carry. So if it's 142 times 0.83, this club should carry around 118. 117, 118. Now it's downhill. So let's go to 117, 118. It's downhill 5 feet. 5 feet. So divide 5, it's basically 2. So it's going to add 2 yards. So it should land between 117 and 120. Now keep in mind, that number could change dramatically. Not dramatically, but it could change a little. If we take, so let's take 142 times 0.79. If it's the lower percent line, it's going to carry 112. If it's a 0.87, so 87%, that's going to be about 123. It's going to carry between 112 and 123. But my prediction is it's going to carry around 119. Let's see what lie percentage we get out of the sand here. $116 is what we landed. So within 2 to 3 yards, I'm happy with. So that's why I choose that middle number. Versus if I would have chose in a shot, if I'm judging where I need to hit it and I miss it, if I think it's landing 123 and it lands 112, that's a big difference. Let's take a look at hitting from the rough on this next shot. So I'm just going to hit it over here into the rough. So we're playing from the rough here. We're hitting so if we hit a pitch here, let's see if we hit at 152, how does the lie affect it? So it's between 66 and 73. So find the middle number, basically, so 3.5, so 69.5 is the middle number. So we're going to use that in our calculation. We're going to take 52 times 0.695. It's going to carry around 36. So it's really affecting it. Let's go down to 36 here. And then we need to account for elevation changes. 4 divided by 3 is basically 1. So it's going to take off another yard. So this club is probably going to land 35 or around there. But it could also be the lower percent of the lie. So 52 times 0.64 and land 33. Which is not much lower. That's the good thing about these smaller percentages. And then 52 times 0.71 is 36. So it's going to land between 32 and 36. My prediction is around 35 would be my prediction. 34, 35. Let's go back to the full. Let's see. So I didn't hit it 100% power there. We won't know it's, but what we can do, practice here, we can rewind the shot. Let's try this again. 36, 35, 36. So we were right on there. So this is going to help you play from the rough, play from the sand, play from different lie percentages, and how to judge elevation changes. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel and keep coming back for more content like this and to improve your gamer ability.